Hello, hello, welcome back. Today I'm watching Severance Season 2, Episode 2. I feel like these weeks feel like months at this point. This show is so good. We're only at the beginning and I'm like, oh, I want to binge this so hard. But in another sense, it's also cool to get an episode that's filled with mystery and then having to think about it the whole week, right? Is it Helly? Is it Helena? She's acting so weird. But I feel like that could be meaning multiple things, right? You could be acting weird because you've discovered who you are and you want to hide that because you're embarrassed, or they told you something on the outside that makes you like, okay, I guess I'll conform, although I don't want to, but there's info that she knows that we don't, like why she should conform. I don't know. But also then I saw people saying like she couldn't really work with the computer and she's acting so weird. So then I do think that it's Helena, and that why there's no camera in certain places because Helena is watching, fumbling with the computer. But also I feel like if that is the case, if it's Helena, the show writers are so smart. And I think if they wanted us to know that it's Helena, they showed us so clearly that there's gonna be another twist, right? Because they wouldn't make such a huge flip in the first episode that all of us would immediately notice. And that would be it, you know? So I have high expectations. I'm so nervous. And when are we gonna see the outies? Because I feel like that's a lot of that mystery of like how much time has passed. Because with the outies, we would know. With the innies, we don't know how much time has passed. And then you see all these things with Gemma and the clip of her face. And then I know now that people are starting to think, and I'm like, oh my God, this is insane. What if they're refining chips of these people? Because Mark was apparently refining a number that was similar to hers on that computer or something. So what if it really is that next level thinking of chips implanted and working with people that have passed away? And I am going crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna love this. I know. I'm excited. I've been thinking about this the whole week. Let's get going. If you like it, make sure to like and subscribe. And as always, you can find way more episode reactions already over on Patreon, early access, the edited versions, but also the full-length versions. All right, let's go.
What about my team? We tried for weeks to get them back. None of them agreed.
Right, and suddenly they did agree, so that is weird too, right? Why did they say no first and then they're fine and they're all suddenly there? Oh. Oh my God, here we go.
So this is you now?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I love her.
Babe,
Okay.
need help with his diaper.
Dude, you can't change a diaper or whatever. You don't even know what happened, right? The Auries.
Fetid moppet.
Wow. There's so many shows that can make you so uncomfortable with so little going on.
And shall I fire them?
Let Kier guide your hand.
My God. What about unclear instructions? Cool shots. Oh.
We've commandeered the footage taken by guests. Natalie is already doing outreach to media, and the Severn employees who were involved are being dealt with.
Which includes her, right? That's so weird.
Thank you for acting so quickly. You saved us from disaster.
It must be so messed up for her to see Helena because she reminds you of Helly.
Well, you proved your loyalty tonight, which is why we'd like to ask you back.
Oh, well, that's what she wanted, right? Redeem herself.
An apology is warranted.
She's gonna push this matter.
I apologize. My father apologizes. The board apologizes. We've treated you poorly. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I welcome your contrition.
She stays weird, right?
I'm so glad.
I recommend we start by scouring the feed, and I need to interview Dylan G to see how he gained access to that.
We have something else in mind.
Oh, now I'm scared.
We'd like to offer you a promotion. Severance Advisory Council.
Since we've not seen her, yeah, on the inside,
I never heard of such a thing.
I wonder.
It's a brand new initiative. You'd be spearheading its formation. Your expertise is greatly valued.
Would you trust that if we were her?
Which is why I should be running the severed floor.
Mr. Milchick has been promoted to floor manager.
Promotion.
You don't value me. You fear me.
We fear no one.
I don't think they fear her, but I do think they want to put her in a specific spot that she's not a nuisance.
Thank you for coming in, Harmony. Mr. Drummond will see you out. I don't need an escort.
Wow, she signed him like, it's okay.
I made the poor decision to consume alcohol while on a non-lumen medication.
Non-lumen medication, of course.
How's your night been, Mr. Bailiff?
Fine.
He's checking in if he knows.
I've been reminded just how seriously my family's company affects the lives of real people around the world.
I feel like if this was you being drunk, you would never get back from that.
You know your innie is a friend of mine. I feel confident he'd approve of me saying so. Which is what makes this so difficult.
You're firing me.
See, maybe they actually were fired, right? And then because Mark was not working with them, they were called back.
And I regret to say that you were the aggressor. I'm afraid we've no choice but to terminate your appointment effective immediately. Did I break something? I can pay. I have cash upstairs.
It's so sad.
This was a joke and a lie. I'm committed to this company with every part of me.
If one video gets leaked and people see someone's, I don't know, yeah, but they might believe it's her being drunk. I don't know.
But I'm also human, just like my Eddie, and just like you.
So, is she actually struggling with this? Interesting. Oh, damn. I was thinking about the balloons when he came in and they had this bunch of balloons with his face on. But then I feel like with this show, it's hard to know when something means a lot and when it doesn't. Oh, her. In that dark hallway. Oh, okay.
Don't punish the baby. This wasn't its fault.
Of course.
Why would you punish the baby?
We can reschedule the reading to next month. It's fine. I just have to decide if I'm going to restart with chapter
so
1 or
what?
not.
So you said she's alive?
If I may.
Dude, nobody cares about the book right now.
I really did feel it was clear you were referencing the baby. And I think that your workie was excited.
Worky.
He really is a jewel.
Guys, obviously I was referencing the baby.
No.
Okay?
Yes. No, yeah, I agree. I think Rickon is right.
I agree.
Nope.
And then when Patton found Eleanor...
Saved her, I'd still say.
Okay, whatever, yes.
I'm glad she's okay, though.
And assuming that she's alive really was about the baby.
Well, you don't think it was?
I do think it was.
Then why are you saying it like that?
Sorry, I'm just exhausted.
Because someone thinks it was.
He was inspired by my book. He found great meaning in it, profundity.
It's sad because now he's telling the truth.
Good evening.
Seth Milchek from Lumen. Is Mark Scout here by chance?
How weird to come to their house, right? In the middle of the night.
Mr. Scout, I imagine you have a few questions. May I sit with you?
Here we actually had witnesses.
You must be Devon.
She's a smart lady.
What happened tonight is what we call the overtime contingency.
Yeah, you never told me about this.
OTC disclosure can be found in your start paperwork.
Nobody knew?
Any Mark was here, in this house.
I know, I talked to him.
What did he say to you?
If I tell you, are you going to punish him for it?
We have no punishments at Lumen.
He's like, okay, he told you a whole bunch.
But we do need to know what we're dealing with. Is there anything you can tell me?
No, I mean, we're very tired.
Yes, we are.
It's really good. Don't give the guy info.
I'll circle back. In the meantime, I hope to see you Monday.
He's not fired. I feel like the reason why they can't fire him is because they need to fix this. While with the others, it's like no harm done. Let's fire them and this is over for them. But with Mark, there's an issue with public.
What your innie did tonight was completely unauthorized. It was also very brave.
Like, why would it be brave, right? So it's still a clue. You do wonder though, if he goes to Bert and both of them don't recognize each other, like then what? I don't think they're gonna assume that they were in love.
You think we're about to meet our spouses? Maybe it's each other. Honey, you're cutting them wrong.
Oh, she's a bit endeared. And it's very clear that it's her taking the initiative, right? That her innie is having feelings. Can you imagine the shock, by the way? Oh, I hope she's not married as an outie, because I would be like, whoa, I'm in love with someone else in this part of my brain. It's so unimaginable how you need to deal with stuff like that. But I guess with her upbringing, she's just gonna have to like suppress that and be like cold about it and be like, oh, that's not real. It would be interesting that she doesn't take the suffering of her any serious, but she does take the love of her any serious. Like that she's trying to hurt herself doesn't bother you, but that she would be in love with someone really hits you. Interesting. Like Bonner, we've not seen his wife, right? We know that Mark lost someone close. We know that Irving lost someone close, like his dad.
May I ask about benefits?
There's a coffee maker.
I meant healthcare benefits.
If you could be any kind of door, what would it be?
An open door. Love is an open door.
Pocket.
Interesting. Yes. Tell me more.
Well, I'm glad my interviews never went like this.
Flat finish or eggshell?
Semi-gloss.
Oh.
That's hot.
Isn't that difficult with fingers? Stains.
You remind me of me, Dylan.
Me too. They remind you of you.
It's a fun prize if you win.
You mean a door prize?
How are they the same? This is crazy.
We need a certain kind of person here, Mr. George, not a certain kind of two people. I mean, what do you think this is, a carpet factory? What? You want to circumcise your brain, that's your business. I think it's abhorrent.
Yeah, we've known that in society there's very much people pro and con. I think if I were him, I would have asked why he was a severed employee. Like, what made you make that decision?
Read the room. I would have picked up the phone if it was good news.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is she still there?
Hey, do we need more baby wipies?
I don't think so.
The boy that we saw, wasn't he too big to need baby wipies? Wasn't he like 4 or 5? So is there another baby? I don't know if it's relevant.
You're quitting?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you called them already?
No, I was gonna do it tonight.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. Haven't you been trying to get me to quit that place since I got there? I thought I was finally doing what you want.
Her interest is piqued.
But don't you think that was strange last night? She's my family too, Mark. Fuck.
But she was my wife.
You're not the only one her death affected.
Did you have to tell her parents that she was dead?
Mark, that's mean, right? Of course it affected you more.
Did your sheets smell like her for weeks afterwards? If Rickon died and his body burned, I'd be sad for you, but I wouldn't be affected.
Don't say that.
I just want to be sure.
I am sure.
Yeah, okay, I also agree that for him, this might be not a subject that you want to mess with.
Talk to you later.
Mark.
Okay. To make myself clear, I feel like she could be affected, but I really, really empathize with him that he doesn't want to open the subject again after you've such a horrible mourning process. Oh my god, that's the guy that was in the meeting room. Oh, so he's being followed. Wow. Now we got the confirmation, right, that he saw her body and all of that. So you really wonder what's going on with Miss Casey. Is it just a clone with a chip? So messed up. Do you reckon that guy that we just saw that was in the meeting room, is that Bert? So he's looking for him too. And the guy that was in the cafe, that he's the same guy that we saw last episode in the background. Like when Mark was turning around and there was a shadow person. Didn't look at his outfit. Oh my god, so painful to watch. Every scene with Milkshake.
So, Mr. Scout, I know you're still weighing whether to return to Lumen. I'd like to ask you a few questions that may inform your decision. Is that all right?
I kind of wish Devon was here.
Terrific. First, how happy are you with your current financial compensation?
Might be a good moment to ask for a raise.
It's because our endearment to you is such that a 20% bump is on the table should you return. My third question concerns your late wife, Gemma.
Oh my god.
In your intake interview, you cited her death as a primary motivator.
He's not gonna say, like, what if you could meet her again or something like that?
You said since she died, every day feels like a year. That you felt like you were choking on her ghost.
Oh.
The Mark I've come to know at Lumen is happy. He knows nothing of the pain I see in you right now.
That's so manipulative.
He's found love.
Love?
I can imagine that also feels like a betrayal.
The solace you have given him down there will make its way to you. It just takes time. I hope you'll give us that time, Mr. Scout.
Oh, I feel so sad for this man. He seems like such a genuine person and he's just hurting and he just wants to not hurt. Kind of like we saw with Irving. And then even his love is gonna be not real on the inside now. Even that is gonna be taken away from him.
Are you satisfied with this?
I've got a floater from overseas and a pair who were laid off from 5X.
5X? Really?
What is 5X?
I had 48 hours to pull this together.
48 hours.
Hopefully there will be some chemistry.
We need Marcus back to work.
Go ahead.
Long enough to complete Gold Harbor.
Gold Harbor, isn't that what was on the screen with Miss Casey? They're actually doing work, right? Oh boy. Is he staying longer?
They're my friends. You can't just make them disappear.
We need to bring them back.
The board's gonna give him what he wants, including Helly. He won't finish without them.
Wow, she's just being told you're gonna be severed or you're going in, but Helly is gonna be there in whatever form.
Mr. Milchick?
Mr. George.
Maybe they all got a raise, right?
3 days of work. I broke a fucking lease in Grand Rapids. Fuck you, Lumen!
Okay, so they just discard them. We're back at the start. If we now get to see Irving, I wonder what we're gonna see from Helly. Like, is she gonna take the elevator? Oh my god! I feel like this points towards it being Helly. It doesn't make sense that she would lie. But they just took out the chip, right? And she's taking the elevator, but the chip just doesn't do anything to her.
Where do you think you're going?
What do you care?
What do I...
He must be like, what?
You were in my house. I ate your shitty fucking cookies.
Man, it's so cool to see him pissed off.
Was a pineapple involved? You're so easy to sway.
It's not about the pineapple for him, right? It's about not feeling pain. That's so mean.
Are you fucking kidding?
Oh, no, 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 oh!
Why did you do this? What the fuck is this all about?
If she's gonna speak up, then it's a whole new... Please talk to him.
Do you know something about Gemma?
This poor guy. You wonder if they're doing these things with Gold Harbor and Gemma, if somebody signed off on that, right? Do you wonder that an unknowing Mark or another severed Mark signed off on trying to save her? Man, this is so difficult. I feel so dumb watching this, but I'm so intrigued. Is it Helly or is it not? It feels like it is, right? It really feels like it is because she went through the exact same thing. I kind of want to repeat the scenes to see, did she do the exact same things in terms of... Did she also get the other card? Maybe if you're enabling your severed self, it's the typical type of card. Did she do the scan? Did she do the card? Like, was it different than the others? Or were they able to disable the chip? What I find very interesting is how she's being told that Mark gets Helly back. So she's the daughter of the big boss. And in the end, they're deciding about her. And it could be because they literally minimize the existence of an innie. And they're not feeling like it's a big ask of her, right? To sever yourself and get in there. That she's like, yeah, she's always been thinking the same way. That she's like changing her mind a bit. Okay, so if Gemma actually died and they're now working on a Gemma, and I feel like Mark is working on a Gemma, right? I assume they wanted him back because he spoke to public as an innie, and that they were like, we need to nip this in the butt, and the only way to do is to get innie Mark back. But it's because what he's working on, and they've been looking at numbers that made them feel feelings, and what if it's that you're working on someone you know that you love, and that's why he needs to work on this because it's Gemma. What if the whole idea is that you can work on someone that you've lost, but then okay, wait, like I got there with Irving and I got there with Mark, but not with Dylan. Maybe not everyone is, right? Maybe not everyone is specifically working on a specific loved one. Maybe at one point Mark applied, but then you would wonder how his Audi nor his innie know about this. Man, I'm so excited to start watching videos now of people way smarter and speculating, and somebody is gonna have watched that scene already 5 times and analyzed if it's Helly or not. We did hear a thud, I think, when she was in the elevator, which we didn't have with the others, I think. But yeah, it could have been happening outside of the elevator, right? She went down, but maybe the chip is disabled. Maybe she didn't access it, or like, what did she do, right? Also so horrible, right? To fire everybody and then they're just being puppets for the project that Mark is working on. And I feel bad that Mrs. Gobel said that he's so easy to sway. Like, it really wasn't about his freaking pineapple, right? If you've lost your partner and everything that you do in life is basically a decision to deal with that grief, and then you're hearing that you're not in pain on the inside and you found love, you have this whole thing about Gemma, and then they say you found love inside. Maybe he's wondering if it's Gemma, right? Or in any regard, he's like, okay, I'm happy on the inside, and I still do have a lot of questions about Gemma, so I just also want to figure this out. So gonna be hard to wait another week for another episode. Anyway, great episode again, right? This show is absolutely sick. I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know your thoughts, right, when you're watching this, because I'm very eager to read your comments about this show. If you cannot wait for next reactions, make sure to check out Patreon, because there I've been posting other reactions to this one already, so you can find way more already on there, edited but also full length, if you like to watch the whole show together with me. I wish you a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!